Welcome to a tutorial on how to use Hal NR6. This is basically to show you the commander and how to basically get a little bit of a game started, just so you can have either AIs battling or your friends versus the AI. So to start off, you gotta have your core modules, which is core and then general settings. You really don't need the general settings unless you want to. I'm gonna use it just because it gives you some good functions. Core gets a startup display or delay. Basically tells the AI commanders, it doesn't give them, so if you want to set up, you can set up a timer, or you can have them just auto. General settings basically gives you the ability to have cargoes of recon, to provide lifts, synchronize battle plans if you want to, radios, a bunch of other cool stuff. If you had ACE on, you would want to have like your repairs, rearm and stuff, so it basically get your units healed without going too crazy. Then you can actually have a sling load if you want to actually show the ammunition for like support drops, whatever. So first things first, you need the commander, the HAL commander, and then you need his supporting modules. So you go behaviors, objective, personality, setting, and then support settings only if you're going to do like repair vehicles and have support function, but you can have it all. Then you can turn around and you can go in, make leader A, blue 4, and then you can choose those functions, and then you can choose from A to H. We're going to keep blue 4, I'm going to call it headquarters. And then essentially we're going to go through. Commander behaviors, always set these to 0 if you want to. I'm not sure. I've seen videos basically saying this just to keep them in the battle and not retreating. And then you could basically change this however you want. If you have UAVs, you could deploy them at a certain altitude. Yeah, that's that one. Objectives. So basically, you got multiple objectives. You got force defense, so you can make this commander go into force defense, force attack, which will always go into attack, simple mode, which basically pretty much negates legacy, which you don't want to use legacy because it's outdated. Or you can also set up never capture. Never capture basically as it states, he's gonna keep throwing troops until he's either out of them or the enemy's all dead. And then basically recon skip. If you don't want to like have recon, your AI commander doing recon, you can always put this to 1,000, ends it, boom. All at once disabled, but it doesn't really work. I wouldn't bother with those. And then you can have, I would just suggest going 5. Don't go like super high unless you want to break the AI and have some issues. Let's see, that's objectives. Then we got personality. So you can pretty much give them personality. So you can pretty much make them ideal, competent, worst, chaotic. Basically, this will just gives them a chance to use flares and shells to expose their enemies at night or whatever. Not too important. Commander settings very important because sometimes you're gonna need it if you only have one commander for that side. You just want to have control all sides enabled. Or if not, you're gonna run into a bug where your units are sitting there when you spawn them in. And then your support function. So if you have repair, ammos, fuel, medical, if you have air assets, which we'll cover in another tutorial, this basically does all that. And then you can copy this whole thing. and then make this your hostile, or your basically your enemy commander, and you gotta make sure he's a definite leader, B, and then boom. But then you're not done yet, so essentially you got a bunch of commanders that don't have any troops or ideas where their objectives will be. They're just gonna start just putting them around the commander. So you just go over here, objectives, simple mode, and you can just put down 5, or if you want to, you can put less. We're just gonna do 5. So then you take all the objectives, you can sync them to the commander, and then if you really want to, you can give, say you want to give B this, give A this, and essentially leave some of these for them to fight over. And they will fight, they'll just kind of spread out and try to take it all. So we'll set up here. Then we got them, I'll just throw them over here for now, outside of town. So you're not done yet. Of course you gotta play this down your player if you want to just witness, or if you want to be on the fight, you just put your side down. And whatnot. We'll just put down a commoner. Give him Zeus ability real quick so he doesn't lose out on whatnot. So you could witness the whole battle unfolding. So now that you got your forces down, you can put a few rifle squads. Do that. Put down transport trucks for them to travel. The commander will basically say, hey, get in this truck and these will transport you. And we'll throw down an APC Marshal just for the fun. And then we'll throw a tank. And then we'll give them the equal amount of troops and stuff. Let's see what we have over here. About 5 infantries. So we'll do 5 infantries over here. And then, again, transport trucks. So sometimes you'll run into an issue for transport trucks that it doesn't really give them a module. So you could just, or it doesn't tell the commander that they are, so you can just go down over to tools and you can just basically go give them like a support function or whatnot. We'll go over this a little later, but if need be, you can always go to squad properties and then you can do transport only and just sync this to the commander. This is just in case these, because I know these 2 vehicles won't transport the troops. I think I only gave them 2 transports, so did I give them more? So you got your 2 sides, they have objectives, which we'll show later that there's a way to make the objectives show up if you want to do like sites and whatnot, which we'll go over later in another video. And now the AI commanders are giving orders, and now the troops should start maneuvering. That is it, and then these guys will start fighting, trying to take out once they start making contact. And so if you want to basically have your basically enemy commanders to fight the players, you can basically do this, and the AI commander should still start putting troops down. And they'll start just dispersing troops, fighting, and then the players can come in, do whatever mission you want to make, and however you want to set it up. And that should be it. These guys will start fighting and battling it out, duking it, and then eventually, once all the force sides done, they'll be dead, and then you're gonna need a reinforcement module, which we'll cover here in the next video. Alright, thanks for watching.